Hi guys, good morning. It's Mark Dorsey here, and I just want to do this quick video because I've just received an email from someone. And by the way, I would be really interested in your comments on this underneath the video actually. So please do feel free to comment because I like your opinion on this. The person who's contacted me has asked my opinion on whether wearing steel toe cap boots to work constitutes wearing an offensive weapon. The reason he's asked me this question, and he wants my opinion on it, which I gladly gave him in a phone call last night, is that he's been told by a training provider and allegedly his supervisor and his manager that if he is wearing steel toe cap boots at work, then he's breaching SIA policy and guidelines, and he can even be arrested by the police for wearing an offensive weapon at work. He also explained to me that as part of his job as a door supervisor, he works at various events and he has to put out barriers, and there's the risk of him dropping stuff on his feet, and the risk assessment at work dictates that he needs to wear steel toe cap boots. But he's now concerned that if he follows his manager's and his supervisor's instruction, because a training provider has actually told them on a training course that you can't wear these boots, and in fact I believe he went so far as to say that the training provider said that the SIA, the Security Industry Authority, have actually said that they would frown on anyone wearing steel toe cap boots at work. Now, I spoke to a lawyer about this yesterday, who's a friend of mine, Eric Baskind, many of you will know him, and I just wanted his view on that, because Eric's done a lot of work for the SIA, and Eric's view is similar to mine. The SIA would not put out such a statement. It's not in their interest to put out such a statement, and they wouldn't comment on any item of work clothing, because the reality of the fact is that any item of workwear, whether it's steel toe cap boots or a hard hat or any protective gear, comes down to the task that the employee has been expected to undertake and the risk assessment that goes with that task. So if the risk assessment says there is a risk of you dropping heavy stuff on your feet, and the risk assessment identifies the control measure as being a steel toe cap boot, then that's what you wear at work. Now, what's interesting about this is the whole issue around people, trainers in this case, and supervisors and managers, making stuff up for the sake of making stuff up. Because there is nothing anywhere in any SIA document or otherwise, and the SIA would not comment on this, that wearing steel toe cap boots constitutes an offence because technically you're wearing an offensive weapon. Now, the guy I spoke to is highly intelligent, and he told me, I know if I wore them at work and I kicked someone in the head and that was not necessary, then I'd have acted offensively, and that could be used or could be seen or viewed as an offensive weapon in that context, in those circumstances. So he gets that. He's not an idiot. He actually gets this. But anyway, I want to put that out there, and I'll be interested in your comments, because far too often there are too many people out there making these ridiculous comments saying that their reasoning is justified by whoever, the SIA or some other person in an authority, which constitutes the fact that they should actually say these things. So, stick your comments below, guys. I'll be really interested. But if you want my opinion on this, and this is the opinion I gave this gentleman, they do not constitute an offensive weapon if you are wearing personal protective gear for the purpose of keeping yourself safe, particularly and especially if the need for doing so is justified by an assessment of risk. I hope that clarifies my point of view. Please leave a comment below, because I said I'd put this video out there, and the guy in question would like to know your views on this too. Thanks ever so much, fellas, and I'll speak to you soon.